Hi everyone! 2 weeks ago you were learning all about algebra! And last week we were learning about
bracket.
And today we're learning about
Coordinates.
coordinates. Yeah, that's right. And this is the getting secure version of the video. Now, it's believed that coordinates were first used in ancient Greece, and they were used to try and help to give different places exact locations. So you could work out how far along, as our understanding now, the x-axis position was, and then how far up it was on a scale. So we could have these standard maps. We use a similar system today called latitude and longitude to work out exact locations on the Earth. As you can see, that's marked by these lines. It's slightly different from the system in ancient Greece because it recognises that the Earth is spherical. It's not flat like a coordinate grid. Now, coordinates consist of two separate values. We've got the x-coordinate, how far along the value is. In this case, it's 20 along. And the y-coordinate saying how far up the axis it is, 5 up. So this point here is 20 along the first value, and it's 5 up the second value. Now have a look at this question. The diagram shows two identical squares. The one coordinate point we're given on the square here is coordinate A, which is 10 along and 10 up. And now pause the video and see if you can find the values of coordinates B and C. Okay, first of all, let's have a look at coordinate C. So we have to work out how far along this coordinate is, and of course it's 10 along because it's on this line, and everything on this line is 10 along. The same distance along, of course, as this point here. The only difference is that this one's higher up, and we have to think, well, how much higher up is it? Now, the point A is 10, 10, and of course it's a square, so the sides must be the same length, an identical square, so it must be another 10 above. So it will be 10 along and 20 up. That will be its y-coordinate, 10, 20. Now when we're looking at coordinate B, of course it's none along. It's the same distance along as this point here, because it's actually on the axis, but it's still 10 up, just like this y-coordinate there. So the coordinate for B will be 0, 10. It's really important that we get the order the right way around, because, for example, coordinate 10, 0 would actually be here. That would be 10 along and none up. Now have a look at this coordinate grid where we're given the value 16, 7, of course meaning 16 representing that we're 16 along the x-axis, and the 7 meaning it's 7 up the y-axis. Pause the video and see if you can find the values A and B. Now, value A is directly below coordinate 16, 7, and value B is directly along from the coordinate 16, 7. Okay, pause the video and have a go. Okay, so to work out A, well, first of all, we'd have to say how far along the axis is A, and of course it's got to be 16. It's the same distance along as this point here. And then when we're saying, well, how far up the axis is it? Well, of course, it's actually on the axis, so it must be 16, 0. And then similarly, when we're looking at B, we'd say, well, how far along the x-axis is it? Well, it isn't any distance along because it's actually on this line. So its x-coordinate must be 0. And how high up is it? Well, it must be 7 up because it's the same height as the y-coordinate there. So 0, 7. And finally, have a go at this question, pause the video, and then we'll have a look. Start by seeing if you can figure out where the point D is. Okay, let's have a look. So to plot the point D, I know it's 3, 4. So the first thing I'd have to do is go along 3 and up 4. So if I start from 3, go up to 4, that point must be there. Okay, now I can see the kind of general shape that this rectangle's taking if I join up those vertices that I have, and I need to make sure that this line is parallel. It's going diagonal there, so it's going to have to be at this point here, and I can join that up. I know it's a rectangle because it's got 4 right angles and 2 pairs of equal length sides, and so the coordinates of point C, well, it's 5 along, so its x coordinate value is 5, and it's 2 up, so that will be the coordinate 5, 2. Well done, thanks for watching, and we'll be ready to learn all about it in class.